just come to the edge of your chair, sitting on the edge. Just remove a little bit of that extra flesh. And let's just start breathing. Either close the eyes or gazing down. Hands on your lap, however you wish today. And start to slow down the breath. Slow down the nervous system. Breathing in and out through the nose. And just see if you can focus just on the breath. Let everything else go, things you have to do after this class. Just take this next 45-ish minutes to yourself. So think in, I'm breathing in. Out, I'm breathing out. And continue breathing. I'm gonna continue on with the yamas and the niyamas because it seemed like people were enjoying it and getting some things out of it. So this week it's Ashtaya, which you don't have to remember, but it's basically non-stealing. So that'll be kind of the focus of what I read this week. Excuse me. So basically, this Ashtaya, which is the Sanskrit term, is non-stealing, and it calls us to live with integrity and reciprocity. So today, the passage I'm going to read is called Stealing from Others. And you just keep breathing and listening and take this in. An outward focus leads us to compare ourselves to others and to send our energy into their lives in unhealthy ways. When we compare ourselves to others, we find ourselves lacking, which makes us feel somehow cheated, or we find ourselves superior, which leaves us feeling somewhat arrogant. Our attention on others from a place of discontent within ourselves can lead us to live vicariously through others, or to try to control, manipulate, or manage them in order to boost our own sagging ego. We may find ourselves trying to, well, I hate this word, but trump or one-up their stories and successes and experiences by coming behind them with our own more fabulous tale. It is all an attempt to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Perhaps someone is sharing their excitement about an upcoming trip, to which we immediately pipe in with a much more exotic trip that we have planned, or maybe we say, oh, we've already been there, wherever they're going. Either way, the conversation becomes about us and our trip, and we've stolen their excitement about their trip. We do the same with others' successes. We can do it with death. For example, if someone's mother has passed and we shift the conversation to our story of losing our own mother, and we're making the situation about us instead of being present for the other person. Or perhaps we steal from others by not paying attention to them or discounting them. In all the instances where we steal, we have made the situation about us, not about the other. Whatever words have or haven't come out of your mouth, the intent has been to serve ourselves, not the other. When we feel unhappy with ourselves or our lives, we have a tendency to drag people down with us or make snide comments that come from jealousy. When we're genuinely caring of the other, that caring finds expression in ways that feel supportive and tender to the other. When I was training with Yogi Bhajan, he used to say, be a forklift. You should always be lifting people up. The question we can ask ourselves in our encounters with others is, does the other person feel uplifted and lighter because they've been with us? Or do they feel like something precious was taken from them? Have we brightened their day by taking a moment to listen, to sincerely compliment them, or simply smile? So I think we've all found ourselves on either one end or both of that. So just something to think about, Ashteya, non-stealing. So we're going to start that tapping, and we're going to actually start at the kind of the orbital bone and usually the 3 fingers. And remember, you can just press in or do the tapping. And I love Candace's idea of if you have a Keurig, which I don't anymore, but if you know me, I don't like it because of the waste. But I have a pour over, and so each time I have to pour my water over my coffee or the tea, I did that this morning. So thank you, Candace, for that idea. Just a few moments to tap pretty rigorously, as much as you can take. And then moving down, so those little bony areas, the collarbone's right below that, same thing. And again, if you like to do the press, even make little circles or just tapping, and you can make your 2 fingers and your thumb like they called it like a beak, just to make a little, whatever you feel like you need. I always have the urge to do the like Tarzan and Jane thing, you know. Oh, I can't do it, but I'm not pounding that hard. And then we'll right down the sternum, right between the breast. Just tapping there. And they have you, this one's hard for me because I've trained myself so much to breathe in and out the nose, but this study or medicine has them breathing in the nose, out the mouth, just softly. I'm working on that one. And then take your scarecrow arms and then right into the ribs, the kind of the bra line, and just tapping in there. Paula, and Lori, I don't know where they are today too. Paula got a new motorhome, so I think she was excited. She said, I don't know where we're going, but we're going just to get out. All right, so that's the energy medicine. The Thai, I'm just throwing in here, tapping the fingers. So you just, can everybody see me? Looks like you can. So there's all these energy points. It's, I think the eyes and the head, the eye, maybe a little bit of the sinuses and these points. Just, and you can kind of feel that energy. And then you rub the fingernails against each other, even the thumbs. So you're kind of scraping. And believe it or not, there's energy there too. And just like that. And then just drop the arms to the side, have the palms out, just relax and see if you notice anything at all. You might feel like a tingling or some energy, your aura, chi, whatever you want to call it. It's science. It's like magnetic field, maybe, I don't know. All right, and then we'll take the hands to the tops of the knees, and then we'll just take a couple cat-cows here. So inhaling, pressing the chest and the head through, and on the exhale, rounding. Really round here. Let the shoulders and the head drop, scoop out the belly, and then as you inhale, lifting. Maybe smile as you lift. Rounding on the exhale. And you don't have to go my pace. Take your own pace. For those of you that were at Ginger Blossom on Saturday, we had so much fun, and Sally and Shannon said they were going to join us. So I'll have to touch base with them and see. And finish your last one. Come back to center. And then we're going to take the fingertips to the top of the shoulders. Elbows are shoulder height, and you're just going to twist. Inhale left, exhale right. So kind of warming up the core. So these next few movements are more in the Kundalini yoga, which is also all about energy. And if you like, pick up the pace. It might feel good on your back, might wake you up. If it's not, then slow down. The faster you go, the more energy you sort of create. Just make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. Couple more. Come back to center. Just slowly take the palms on top of the thighs. And again, see if you feel that energy around you. These are really nice exercises you can do if you have to sit at a desk or a chair for a while. And then opening the eyes. If you have your feet on a block, you may want to take that to the side. We're going to take the feet wide for some hip circles. So toes out, heels in, sitting up nice and tall. Pull the core up and in. And then just leaning left, forward, right, and back. And see how big you can make your circle. And again, your own pace. Usually we breathe on the lift and exhale when we come forward. Not mandatory. Mandatory to breathe though. And then the next time you're upright, just reverse the direction. So we're getting into the hips here, getting into the core, just waking ourselves up. Take one more, and then just come right up to center. Just feel that. And then we're going to take the hands to the side. You can keep the feet wide, or if you like, together or about hip width apart. We're just doing the arms here. So we're going to inhale the arms up, turn the palms, and then press down. Inhaling up, exhale down. Two more. Exhale. One more. This time we'll bring our hands to the heart. Take a moment to feel and breathe. And if you'd like, you could set an intention. Maybe you want to think about the reading today about non-stealing and kind of thinking of it in a different way than what we normally think of when we think of that word. Or if you have another intention, or you want to dedicate your practice to a person or a situation, feel free. And then let that go, open the eyes. So we're going to do a little bit of the cross crawl type things. So right arm, we're just going to do the left knee and then lower down, left arm, right knee. So just a little bit of coordination. It's also strength. So the slower you go, you'll feel the leg engage. As you lift the leg, you've got to work the abs to hold yourself upright. So if you find yourself leaning back to get that leg, just don't take it as high. Try to keep a nice, long, straight spine. And now for the challenge, right arm, right leg. So you're just working one side of the body, left leg, left arm. And just go at your pace. It's actually more work than it looks like. Even gets in a little bit into the hip crease. We're gonna do some tree poses today. So this will kind of help us. Okay, let's lower the last one down. And now we're gonna come to standing. Just shake out the right hand. See if you can isolate and just do the hand. So really, really shake it out. And now add the arm. So it's just the whole arm, as if you had no bones in the arm. The kids love doing this one. And then relax that, and then the left hand. So just the hand. Sometimes it's hard to isolate and not do the whole thing. And this is my non-dominant hand. I feel like I have to work a little harder. It's kind of interesting. And then the whole arm. Just let it go crazy. I think of it like shake all the yuck off. Take both. All the stress, all that stuff we hold on to. Just shake it all out. And then relax. And then again, feel that energy. Maybe you feel like a tingling, or maybe you don't, but just notice if you feel anything around the arms. And now we're going to do the same thing with the foot. So this is balance here. So if you feel like you need your chair, grab your chair if you need that for balance. But we're just the ankle and the foot. See if you can isolate that nice and tall on that standing leg. And then the whole leg. Really shake it out. So it's a little harder here because you have to balance. And then switch sides. So left, just shaking it out. And then throw the leg in there. And now both. Just kidding. I want to see if you would do it. All right, shake everything out. And now you're going to come to the side of your chair with the seat facing out. I'm going to come a little bit closer here. And you're going to take the, let's have the right side next to the chair just so we're all cueing supposedly the same. You're going to take your right leg up on the chair. If you have a folding chair, make sure you're towards the front of the chair, not the back, so you don't fold in. So I think we've done this with everyone here. So what you're going to do is you're working on the hips being forward. You're working on pressing that knee back, so you can kind of play around with where the placement is and finding the four corners of the standing leg, the left leg. So it's easier to be upright with you have the leg supported, but the tendency is to want to relax and do this. So lift up on that left standing leg, four corners of the feet. Shoulders forwards as they kind of want to go with the leg. Have the shoulders straight forward, hips straight forward. Hands on the chair if you need to. You could take the hand to the heart. Take both hands to the heart or prayer. Play with the balance. And now see if you can lift up on your toes of the right leg. So just engaging a little bit more. And then lower that down. And then play with the arms. Maybe you like having your arms out, or cactus arms, or overhead, or together. Just take whatever pose you like and watch the hips. So I noticed when I started playing with my arms, my hips started to turn to the right. So we're really trying to keep everything forward. And then bring the hands to the heart if you have them up. Take the right hand to the chair and see if you can just lift the leg off the chair. And then bring it forward. Play with balance. Can you hold it? Wherever you like. And then we're going to take tree pose. So option is to stay on the chair if that felt good to you. You can take the foot to the floor, the heel to the ankle, the calf not inside the knee, even though it fits beautifully there. You can bring it all the way up. And then you have possibly your chair there to help with the balance. So I have my knee kind of against the chair. And wherever you find your pose, it doesn't matter where you go. Hips forward, shoulders forward. And then play again with your balance. Do it. Do what you need today or what feels right for you today. Lots of work here. You think about it. Strengthen the standing leg. Flexibility in that right leg. Push the foot against the leg against the foot. Almost think of it as an isometric. You have to focus in order to stay upright. You have to be calm. If you set an intention, maybe think about that right now while you're working on your balance. And then there's that whole breathing thing. See if it can be nice and slow. And then lower the hands and then bring the foot off, if you can, into the front. And then lower it down slowly. And then just find your standing mountain pose. You might notice a difference right to left just because you've been working the legs in a different way. And then we're going to come back to our chair before we go to the other side and take a quick little sun salutation. So take the feet wide again. Drop the hands to the side. Inhale the palms up and overhead. Exhale to the heart. Fold forward. Remember, you can grab the knees if you need to. And just round down, lowering the head towards the mat. Take the hands to the knees, take a half lift, pull those abs up and in, flat back, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. And then hands to the knees again. Press yourself up, press into the feet. Use your core, not your hands, to lift you. And we'll take one more. So inhaling up. Exhale, hands to the heart. When they get to the heart, we fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the knees. Again, press into the feet. Use the core. The slower you move, the more intentional and more work it is. Inhale the arms up and bring your hands to the heart. Heel toe your feet back together. Close the eyes or gaze down. Just take a moment to receive what you just did, knowing you have another side to go. And then opening the eyes, and then we'll stand up carefully and come to having the chair on your left side. All right. So we're going to lift that left leg up on the chair, and then again, find your positioning. So the hips forward, shoulders forward. Press the knee back, nice and tall. Feeling strong. You have the chair there for balance. And again, just place your hands wherever you feel the most stable. It's not necessary to move. You could stay right here and just feel that stability. If you think, Oh, I feel pretty good on this side. Play with the arms. Take them over the head or to the side or cactus. You can even take the hands behind you if you like a little shoulder stretch. Feels kind of nice. But the idea is to keep stable in that pose. Sorry, I got a little stuff in my throat this morning. And breathe. And now we'll take the hand to the chair and just lift the leg. Bring it forward. And then lower it down. And now we'll pick your way of doing a tree. Back on the chair if you wish. Heel to the ankle, the calf. I'm going to try the calf this time. My chair is right here, so it kind of helps with balance. So if you're feeling a little unsteady, you can kind of maneuver yourself. We've done this against the wall before. Turn the tailbone down. So you're really lifting. So much work just to do this pose. And take your arms where you wish. And remember all the work that you're doing. Strength, flexibility, balance, focus. And breathe. And then wherever you are, see if you can lift the leg forward and then gently put it down. Maybe shake everything out. Come back to your chair. And let's just sit here for a moment and receive that right and left tree. And I like you to really, when I say feel or notice, definitely not with judgment, but just notice the right to the left. Notice if your breath changed. Notice if you feel warm or you got cold, or just noticing. And it's really, I can never say that proprioception, just being aware of where you are in space and being aware of your body and what, when we say in yoga, listen to your body, sometimes I think, oh, we all say that, but what does that mean? It means listen to your body. And I was so happy in the hospital because the doctor said that to Joe and actually gave him some alternative ideas for when he had nausea that did not involve medicine. So I was thrilled about that. So listen to your body. What does it need? I'm going to take a couple more sun salutations and add on. So feet are wide. You can have the feet together. I like the feet wide, just gives us space to fold through. Drop the hands. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Folding forward, grab the knees if you need. Fold down. Take a block if you need to. If you can't reach the floor, drop the head. Really round out the spine. Inhale, half lift. You can keep the hands or fingertips on the floor or hands to the knees, but really engage here. Flat back. Exhale, fall forward, rounding. And this time we all take our hands to the knees, come up halfway, flat back, press into the feet to lift. And then we're going to take the left forearm to the left thigh, right fingertips into the hip crease, roll the shoulder right to the right and back, look over the right shoulder. Just a gentle twist. And then if you like, you can raise the right arm, a little bit more of a stretch on the side of the body. If you like, you can reach over the ear. Let's take, again, what do you need? And then wherever you are, bring yourself upright, and we'll just go right to the other side. So right forearm to the right thigh, left fingertips into the hip crease, roll the shoulder back, look over the left shoulder. Take a breath. If your neck is cranky, You can just keep the head forward, but keep rolling the shoulder back. Try not to sink into that thigh. Not too much pressure there, so use your core to hold you up. Inhale the left arm straight up if you wish. Whatever you do on one side, try just for the purposes of balance to do the same on the left or the opposite side. Reach over to the side if you wish. And then inhale, come back upright. We'll drop the hands. Inhaling up. Exhale to the heart. Take a moment to breathe, to recenter yourself if you need to. And then we'll take another sun salutation, lower the hands. Inhale the arms up. Now, if you like, you can try the swan dive, not necessary, but if you like that, you want to just work a little bit differently. Swan dive all the way forward. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale forward. Hands to the knees, flat back, press up to seated. And we're going to take a different version of that side angle. And this is a good place for the block, and you can take it up as high as you need. So what we're going to do, we'll just, first of all, take that left shoulder to the center like we've done. So it goes to the center and then press down. And you should feel, this should be a good stretch. It should not hurt. It can be pretty deep. If that's enough for you, stay right there, maybe just moving in and out of it. If you feel like you can do a little more, you can take your fingertips to the block or the floor, whichever you wish. And if that's really hard to reach, take the block up high. And then look over the right shoulder. Maybe taking the arm up. So think about stacking the shoulder so you have a line wrist to wrist. Maybe looking up. And then exhale all the way to a forward fold. Round out. Release the neck, release the back. And then we'll take the other side. So first, hands to the knees, flat back. Press yourself up. And then we'll take the right shoulder to the center and just pressing down. It's a really good wake-up stretch. Option to stay here or hand to a block or the floor, looking over the right shoulder. And maybe taking the left arm up, maybe looking up if your neck allows. If not, look down at the right hand. Both are perfectly fine. Breathe. Exhale the hand all the way down to forward fold. Hands to the knees, take a half lift. And then press yourself up. All the way up to a seated. And then heel toe the feet back together. Palms on the top of the thighs, palms up. Close the eyes. And take a few moments to receive. And again, if the breath got a little jagged or quick, you've been working, see if you can center yourself by slowing it down. And if you've gotten overheated, you can always exhale out the mouth. And then opening the eyes. So this next one, I think I have to move back so you can see me. I'm just going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So the idea is to take the right foot straight and foot flexed. If you think maybe that's too much, you can place it on the block to bring the floor up to you a little bit, or the joy of cooking. Either way is fine, and you can always take, just be a little bit careful with the narrow end, but you can take it up even higher if you need to. What we're going to do here, first of all, just pull the toes back and notice what happens on your leg. So relax the foot, just chill out, shake it out, and then pull the toes back. So just being aware of how the muscles engage when you do that. Be careful. I'm guilty of it, of not hyperextending the knee and pressing it too far. So it's still soft, but straight. That's a hard concept. Take the hands right into the hip creases, roll the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall, and then you're just going to lean forward. So still thinking of a flat back. You can use that left leg for leverage, and then just go to your edge. So I'm not looking for pain, neither are you. We're looking for stretching the back of the leg. So you might feel it in the calf, might feel it in the hamstring, even the toes, because you're pulling them back. And on your inhale, lift just a little bit. And on your exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And option always to reach for the toes if you're there. Reach for the floor or keep your hands on the chair because you feel like you're going to fall. Either way, find the stretch that's really feels good for you, still working. At the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, especially in the calves, if you're a big walker, hiker, can get really tight, even just sitting. And then kind of walk yourself back up to an upright position. We're going to bend that knee, clasp underneath it, bend the knee, and just drop the leg into the hand. So using your leg as a weight and just kind of relaxing that leg a bit, and at the same time stretching the upper back and shoulders. And then release out of that. And then switch sides. If you used a block or cookbook, take that on the other side. So extending the left leg out, sitting up tall, fingers into the hip crease, just to remind you to kind of lean in. Think of leading with the heart. Pull the toes back. Lead with the heart. Forward fold. You're going to notice one side is different than the other. For example, this side is a lot tighter for me. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to really think about sending my breath to the back of the leg and saying, hey, buddy, let go. Each inhale, maybe lift just slightly. Each exhale, sink slightly deeper. And if you wish to reach for the foot or the floor, feel free, only if you need it. And on your next inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. And then clasp the hands underneath the hamstring or the back of the thigh. Drop the leg. Let it shake out a little bit. And that nice stretch for the upper back and body, or shoulders. And then lower the foot down. Okay, so make sure you're nice and steady on your chair. Inhale the arms up. And we're just going to twist to the left. Just the upper body. Keep the legs and the feet where they are. Inhale, come back to center. And drop the shoulders. I can see I need to do that. Inhale, twist to the right. Little bit of core work here. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the right. This time, the right hand to the outside of the left knee, the left hand behind you on the chair. So before you twist, keep everything forward. Inhale to lift. Lengthen the spine. On the exhale, twist. And this is where you can use the chair and take the twist however deep you need it. If just sitting like this feels good and keeping the head forward, perfect. If not, you can turn and look over the left shoulder. And breathe. Keep the body where it is. Slowly turn the head to look over the right shoulder if you did have it looking back. And then head center. And then just slowly unwind yourself. And just take a forward fold here, round out the back. You can keep the legs together just for a second, rounding out. And then walk your hands up to the knees and press yourself back up. And we'll try the other side. Inhale the arms up. Twist to the right this time. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right hand behind. And again, lengthen first. Find length. And then twist and make it yours. I remember in high school doing this and popping my back. I think I did it to impress the boys. I'm not sure. But it felt good. Breathe. And then keep the body where it is. Turn the head to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Smile. And then back to center. And just unwind yourself. And if it felt good to fold forward, do that again. Take the legs wide if you prefer. And then bring the hands to the knees. Press yourself up. So you always have options for Shavasana, but I thought I'd offer something for us to do together. A seated Shavasana, I guess you can call it. If you don't like this, take your own pose. Don't matter to me. But if you'd like to try this, so if you're in a chair that hopefully has a back and you can sit back, and when you're seated, obviously it takes some work to stay that way. But it's really nice to take that bound angle, and I'm bringing a block just because I don't have long legs and I need a little bit more. It helps me to really let go. So you take the bottoms of the feet and then the legs can just sort of lay there, just like you would if you were on the floor. And again, if you prefer to be on the floor, legs up the chair, feel free. And then just take the palms and you can have them on top of the thighs. I like taking the right hand into the left and just making a little circle with the thumbs touch. Roll the shoulders back. And close the eyes. And we did quite a bit of work here. So let's sigh it out the mouth 3 times. So take a deep, deep inhale. Inhale the nose. And sigh it out the mouth. Whoever's around you knows you're feeling good. Inhale. Let it out. And one more. And then just come back to your natural breath, not a working breath, just breathing naturally. If you're comfortable, close the eyes or just gazing down at the floor. Let everything relax as much as you can while seated. And thank yourself for being here. Monday morning, pretty early. very early for some of you. You did something really good for yourself, and I really do think it's a nice way to start the day, set the tone for whatever else you have to do today. But these next few moments are yours. See if you can let go. See if you can relax every muscle in the body as much as possible. And just be still. I'll bring you back with the sound of the bell. So keeping the eyes closed, just turn the head to the right and the left very slowly, very gently, bringing some movement back into the body after being still for a bit. And then turn the palms up and touch each fingertip to the thumb. Maybe keep in mind that idea of Ashtaya, non-stealing. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrist in both directions. And then bring your feet back together on the floor and maybe wiggle the toes. You can give a few rocks to the ankles. And come back to the edge of your seat so you can sit up nice and tall. One last time. Drop the hands. Inhale. Bring in all the good stuff. All the stuff that makes you happy and joyful. Bring the palms together and down to the heart. And if you set an intention or dedication, bring it back into your heart and carry it with you throughout the day. See if you can, hopefully, you feel some peace and you can carry that and share it. And I thank you guys for being here, sharing your time, your energy, and your spirits. And today I'll close with my shirt. Just be nice. Namaste. I always have Michelle here. She always unmutes herself so she can say namaste.